What's good? We back with the Boxing Link and more, doing a live show. So shout out to everybody, man. Um, and we back on the boxing grind, man, as usual. And definitely appreciate everybody for coming through. Whoever gonna come through. Um, having some technical difficulties right now, so bear with me. And 1 second, having some technical difficulties, trying to hook my headphones up. So give me a second. Let me know that you're there in the chat when y'all come through. 1 second. Trying to get these headphones connected. Just give me 1 second, y'all. I thought I connected them. It's connected to my phone. Yeah, it's acting stupid. So, we got to just go off the computer mic for right now. So I, get this thing fixed. Oh, there we go. We back in business, man. Talking about the rising stars of boxing real quick. Let me know that y'all in the chat. Let me see what's going on. There we go. Do you feel bad for LeBron? Absolutely not. Somalian Pirate, what it do? What's going on? Let me know who all up in the building, man. We're gonna talk about just the rising stars in boxing, who I think is gonna dominate in the near future. You got a lot of guys, man. You got Devin Haney, you got Timo Lopez out of the Bronx. Man, you got so many good young fighters. Lil Christopher B. Hop, Richard Hitchens. Man, it's a lot of good young fighters, man. J.R. Smith is the GOAT. He definitely was. He definitely fucked up, but it is what it is. But you got a lot of good young stars out there, man. That feel like they're ready. We seen Erickson Lubin try to step up before he actually was ready, and that, you know how that played out for him. You continue to go on. It's a lot of little young fighters, man. That's probably escaping my mind right now. And it's Tyler McCreary, a guy out of Ohio. I think he fight down at like 122, I believe, or 118, something like that. So it's a nice little lump sum of young fighters coming up. A lot of people like Ryan Garcia. He's very popular on social media. And, in either which way, a lot of these things can go, man. Because with these young prospects, you don't know, what's can happen. One punch can change them. And, remember when Badou Jack got touched up by Derek Edwards, and he wasn't. A lot of people thought it was over for him. Some of these fighters aren't that resilient. Some of these young guys really starting to believe that they the shiznit, man. They think they're better than what they are, and when that confidence is high, and then you get that and you get cracked, or somebody hurt you, or somebody give you create some doubt in your mind in a fight. Some of these guys mentally quit. They act like they ready. They believe they're ready, but a lot of times, a lot of these fighters don't be ready, and their promoters know that. Like when Ryan Garcia was calling out Gervonta Tank Davis. Oscar said, "No, man, you ain't ready for that." Oscar said, "You definitely not ready for that, man." And a lot of these guys be believing their own hype, and if it wasn't for the handlers, they'd definitely get in trouble, man. They'd definitely get hurt out there, man. So that's the reason why you see, Floyd kind of protecting Gervonta Tank Davis right now. You see a lot of these other fighters kind of, talking about they ready, but their handlers really don't believe they're ready for that top fighting. Sparring is different. All these guys glorifying what they did in sparring. But if sparring was real, then it would be called a real fight. Sparring and fighting is definitely two different things, man. Two different things. And you can't compare the two, man. A lot of these guys think because they whoop somebody in sparring, it's gonna go down, it's gonna go down in a real fight the same way. It's not. You got the weight, you got your bigger gloves, you got the headgear. You don't know what somebody could be going through. They could be going through all types of things at the crib, so it's a lot of different things that you can equate in there. A lot of people love Devin Haney. They act like his performance versus Mason Menard was it was flawless when it wasn't. It's a lot of things that you can see that's going to be a problem in a professional fight, and that's how it's supposed to be. When you're moving up in competition and you're still young, there's a lot of room for improvement. You're gonna look your fastest, your quickest, your strongest You gotta know what to look for. All that excessive movement that he made versus Mason Menard, a fighter that knows how to cut the ring off and knows how to, bring the pressure. They gonna stop all that. They gonna make Devin sit down and fight. And you got to know that. He got to work on not using so much ground and not moving so much. He got to work on being, a more offensive fighter first. And the way he was moving was real amateurish. And people who know amateur boxing, who know pro boxing, that was the first thing they say. And all that excessive movement was amateurs. When you up there with an elite competition or even middle competition, it's harder for you to expand that energy in the fight. Because they not going to follow you and chase you around the ring. They going to make you sit down and fight. So you can't do all that excessive movement. You got to be stationary. And that's somewhere that he can work on. Ryan Garcia, he's stiff. They said Eric Morales was stiff. But Ryan Garcia, he can't handle the volume of punches, similar to what Adrian Broner problem is. And if he doesn't correct that now, it's going to be an issue. The volume of punching comes at Ryan Garcia. He seems to freeze up and put the earmuffs on, chin up, and go straight back. And you can't do that, man. You really can't do that. So, it was a lot of things these guys can work on, man. Just as simple as just technique and learning and honing their skills, man. A lot of these guys think they're ready for some of these top fighters when they're not. It's not easy out here, man. When you're young, you feel like you're invincible. You feel strong. You feel your quickest. You feel like you physically great and perfect. But it's a reason why a lot of these guys get around 20, 25 fights before they're ready to move up. And we're going to revisit this in another minute. But this is Boxing Talk 101, and the main motive is talking about young boxing stars, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the main motive. So, but yeah, man, and I'll elaborate a little bit on what's going on through the week. And that's what Boxing Talk 101 is. Basically a week wrap up of boxing, and also we're gonna have a main title for it as well. What up, Marlowe's Corner? What it do? But we're talking about the Charlo thing. Did a video, man, about Jermall Charlo. He did a boxing interview with Fino Boxing, and he didn't sound too confident in fighting Triple G. Then he did another interview with Fred from Barbershop Conversation, was there asking the questions. It was on Fight Hub. I'll link both of them into the description. And for a guy that's supposed to be as confident and brash and talking all that ish, you feel me? He sounded a little bit unsure. Saying that he wasn't as confident saying he's gonna beat Golovkin, but he said he's gonna be in there competing with him. I can compete with him. Just as he said, just as it is hard to knock him out, it's gonna be as hard to knock me out. And talking about he got the style to beat him. But it wasn't like I'm definitely gonna beat him. I'm definitely gonna whoop his ass. It wasn't that classic Charlo-ish, you know what I'm saying? And I sometimes you can read into a demeanor, sometimes it could be wrong, but his whole body demeanor was definitely different when talking about Gennady Golovkin. And that could mean something, it could mean absolutely nothing. But it's a respect factor there. He respects Golovkin, he respects his craft, he respects him as being the champion. But anytime a guy says that, well, Canelo and Golovkin got unfinished business, he's already conceding that, he wants that fight to happen, and he don't want to go for it. Somebody that really wanted in the Charlo that the way they were speaking, man, forget Canelo Golovkin. We already seen that, man. Come fight Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Beating your chest and bringing that demeanor, but that demeanor different, dog. I'm not sure that he's sure that he can win that fight. I think he wants to put on a good showing. And, maybe it's fine with him coming up short versus Golovkin. I'm not 100% sure that, he believes, what's going on, Jose. I'm not sure 100% believe he's sure he can beat him. That's just what I read from demeanor. Maybe it was a long flight. Maybe he's just tired. Maybe he just didn't have the energy that day. But, it is what it is, man. What's going on, Braylon Welsh? I think Jermall was expressing the uncertainty of the fight actually being made, but he definitely respects Triple G. Maybe that's what it is. Because he did say, I would like to fight him and win the belt, but if they give me the belt, they give me the belt. So he did express in another interview where he said that Abel Sanchez and them wasn't too keen on fighting him. And yeah, I seen both of those interviews with Dante Boxing Nation. So maybe that's what it could have been. Maybe his demeanor was more of, the fight can happen or it may not happen, but I'm here and I'm confident that I can do well from him. But the way I read into it, I just read that it was he wasn't as confident and brash as he was before. What up to the homie Get Him Mike, man? What's happening, man? So I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe I could be reading all wrong. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, man, but I mean, I didn't really sense that. I really sense that Charlo demeanor, dog. That energy. And Jamel seems to be more of the tenacious, confident, nasty, dirty dog than Jamal. And I hold Jamel as the better fighter. And Jamel, I'm tired of them comparing me to my brother. At the end of the day, Jamel is better, man. Y'all can say that he had a hiccup versus Vanes Monterrosian. That was years ago. Everybody, when you fighting top competition or top tier fighters, you're going to have a hiccup. You're going to just barely just win that night. You're going to have, fights that you just ease by. Look at Mayweather Castillo, Mayweather Madonna. It happens. Danny Garcia, Ashley Theo Payne. That was a close fight. A lot of people didn't see. You're going to have fights like that, man. So, like I'm telling you, dude is the most complete fighter in the world. Jamal, he's bigger, but he don't fight better in my opinion, man. He might be playing possum. Yeah, he could be, bro. Davis and Heyman, Mayweather, Espinoza, and Drake behind him. Talking about Gervonta Tank Davis, switch gears real quick. He said he come back in August versus a big opponent, which I don't know who that big opponent is. So that's what I just heard through the grapevine. What's up? What up, Derek Williams, man? Officially 1 week away from Crawford versus Horn Pro Ass promotion. Yeah, I haven't been watching ESPN too much, man. I've been working nights, man. So I don't really watch ESPN like that at all. I'm pretty sure they're not running promos for the fight, but I already did the prediction video. I just dropped a Crawford Horn video before this, so I'm gonna do my part to promote the fight as usual, man. I've been the only one talking about Crawford and Horn, even through the uncertainty of the fight before Crawford entered the hand. So yeah, we'll talk about that today as well in this live stream. Jamel is definitely the better twin. Yeah, he got better feet, man. He got better technique. Jamal is tall, man. He's a good fighter. He coming to his own, but I see Jamel as a better fighter, man. That's my opinion. What's going on, Tony? What's going on, Lawrence Williams? But yeah, man, switch gears. Some of the Charlo twins still. No, I'll do a video on that one. I forgot. I'm gonna do a video on the Charlo twins, man. Another one. Probably after this. Probably after this, man, we can talk about the Charlos, man. Tank opponent probably Gamboa. It could be. I think Gamboa squeezed back down, so it could be. Gamboa needs to hang it up. Gervonta Tank Davis needs to be fighting guys, man. All seriousness, bro. He needs to be fighting those other champions in the division, man. Another top fighter, man. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Albert Machado, who is a regular WBA champion, who really should be the Super WBA champion, but that's definitely a story for another day. We know he ain't gonna be fighting Lomachenko, man. Shoulder or no shoulder injury. I mean, at 130, you really don't have too much. Dennis Shavakov is there. Sosa, Cherry, Robinson Castanos, Johnny Gonzalez, Miguel Roman, Jesus Kelleher, he already beat him. Ryan Garcia ranked number 9. Maybe I ain't gonna let him nowhere near Tank. Jason Velez, he pretty much done. He got beat by Ryan Garcia. Seven Farmer Billy Diaz supposed to be fighting sometime between end of July, beginning of August. Christopher Diaz, they're not gonna let him nowhere near Tank either. That's top rank. He's young. So it really ain't. Orlando Salido, he's still in beer and shit. So it really ain't. It really ain't nowhere to fight unless some of these guys move up and come fight Tank, man. My bad. Tyler McCary fights at 126. Yeah, I think I said 126 or 122. Fights at 126, man. Kid, Rock Nation fighter. Kid out of Ohio. A lot of the Ohio boys know him. He's a good fighter. Rising star. Watch out for Tyler McCary. He's definitely one of those rising fighters. But I don't know who Tank can fight, man. He coming back in August. It's a lot of boxing in August as well already, man. PBC may have 2 cards. August 4th, Keith Thurman. August 25th or September 1st with Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. We already know that undercard is going to be the Adam Namnovsky, the heavyweight guy, fighting Charles Martin. And at the end of the day, they got July 31st. Robert Mikey Garcia is Robert Easter Jr. versus Mikey Garcia, excuse me. It's official. It's a done deal. Announcement should be coming soon. I just don't want to say that. Adam Mars called out Tank. What's good? Yeah, what's going on, Ashley Scorner? Yeah, I seen that, man. That motherfucker out of his mind. He seen what happened to Clay Hart. He get his ass destroyed. He calling out Tank, but scared to fight Rigondeaux. Man, I ain't got no fucking respect for Maraz, Frampton, Quigg, Leo Santa Ho Cruz ass, man. Fuck all them motherfuckers, man. You know, they froze out Ricky out. Now they trying to freeze out Gary Russell, man. Gary Russell ain't, I mean, he can't. If I'm Gary Russell, I'm pulling down on all them niggas talking cash shit to them, man. You know what I'm saying? Gary Russell being too fucking nice. He gonna look up in his career, gonna pass on clean the fuck by, man. You know what I'm saying? He gonna look by, his career gonna be gone. Closed mouth don't get fed. Sometimes you gotta be like the Charlos, man, and pull up on these sucker ass motherfuckers out here, man. I heard. He said he'll walk Tank down. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. Cause some of them body shots that JoJo Diaz hit Gary Russell with, man, that motherfucker, you can see it in his face. And if Tank touch him up, it's gonna be hook right. Good night. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, man. You know, it's different things going on in boxing, man. We just all over the place. I got Charlo Twin video coming a little bit later after this, so we'll talk about that. But you know, we got that Wilder situation thing that going on. Checking out 7-8's video. All right, for sure. I got you, bro. Give me 1 second, man. I had Sandy Walton come on, man. That'd be what's up. You know, I've been trying to hook up with him doing the video. Anyway, I'm about to send you a link, bro. But you got the Deontay Wilder thing coming on, man. And you know, he's gonna be fighting Brazil and Eddie Hearn trying to pick up that fight. I mean, if it's only a one year deal, I mean, a one-time deal. I mean, it's a lot of money going on, man. But if I'm him, I wouldn't do it, bro. You know, I can't fuck with snakes. Eddie Hearn, man. Eddie Hearn is a different type of guy, man. You know, you can't really trust him, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's a snake, man. He trying to be the new Bob Arum, man. And what Bob Arum used to say is, you know, I'm telling the truth today. I was lying yesterday. I'm telling the truth today, man. He tell those media members, but it ain't nothing to do with age and experience as far as why you know Eddie can't be Bob. It's the simple fact that Bob owns all the boxing writers, bro. He comps them all. He got them all in his back pocket. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you can't touch him, bro. He manipulated the media through the whole situation with Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather, man. But what's so fucked up about it? They don't even know what they done with Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? What they done is they really fucked up boxing, man. Now these fighters think if they let these dudes marinate, man. We're gonna let this fight marinate. We're gonna let this fight marinate. I mean, all these guys think they're gonna get a jump up and pay, you know, and it don't work that way. You don't get a jump up and pay just because you letting it marinate. Pacquiao Mayweather was the exception because they already had a core fan base, and 98% of these fighters out here don't have a core fan base. Oh, thanks for sending an email. I thought I added you on Google Hangouts, bro. I already added you on there, bro, so I should be able to plug you right on in. So give me 1 second. Show wish you would have sent that shit like 5 minutes ago. Here you go, bro. I'm about to have you come on. Invite sent. It's gonna have Sandy Walton come on, man. I tried to have Colosso Sports TV come on. He was at work, so shit, I know how that is. I'll be glad when I make enough money not to go to fucking work. You know what I'm saying? but yeah, man. Yeah, man. So it's difficult out here, man. Eddie can't be Bob because Eddie pockets ain't long enough, and Bob owns most of the riders, man. What up, Orlando? He says Errol Spence and Charlos are the future. Yeah, Charlo want to fight Golovkin, man. That motherfucker was sounding real. He was talking totally different talking about Golovkin. A lot of them fighters respect Golovkin, man. And I need somebody going there that don't respect that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Really, it's Canelo that got, Golovkin crawling back to Canelo because he didn't want to fight the motherfucking mandatories, man.
My nigga.
What's going on? We got Sandy Walton in the building.
What's up, bro? Yes, sir. The one and only Sam T. Walden, man. Hey, brother. Shit, I see you over here cooking up, man. I just want to show my support as always, man, and just chime in on what you're talking about, man.
Oh shit, no problem. But this is off boxing real talk. It's about Peyton Manning real quick. I just want to put this out here. His lawyer said he was taking HGH. So it'd be interesting to see how the NFL, spin this shit, man. They denying it, but they said he taking it and shit. So shit gonna get nasty for Peyton, man. So hopefully, man, he can retire in peace. I'd have took that shit too if my neck was broke. I don't give a fuck about that shit, man. But back to this boxing shit, man. Hey, did you see that Charlo interview?
Which one, brother?
The one he did with the chick with the big tits on Pheno boxing, where he didn't sound too confident in fighting Golovkin, but in another interview, he was on Fight Hub. Fred was there as well too, and he didn't sound like he was just saying like, I'm not gonna be no pushover, but he ain't sound like, I'm a win. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm definitely fucking him up. It wasn't that Charlo. It was basically like, you know what, man, I respect this guy. Help him and Canelo go well. But you know what I'm saying? He wasn't sounding all that. He wasn't talking that Charlo cast shit though. But
it could have been, it could have been he might have been going through something, man. And I don't like to give too many people that charge simply because of the fact of, a lot of motherfuckers, man, do not believe in their character. They believe in it when it's the small competition, but when it's the big fish, you see a lot of these guys speaking Spanish, French, Arabic, whatever they can get their fucking hands on in order to not tell you the truth, dog. But for, you said Jamal Charlo, I feel like personally, dog, that guy has all the confidence in the world that he can be the best out here. It might have been something he was sidetracked with, or he could have been given a response with another interviewer that he don't fuck with. And you know how he is. When he don't fuck with somebody, you can see it in his temperament as he delivers.
And that's the right thing to say, because she asked him something. I can't remember exactly what she asked him. But she asked him something like, did I bother you, or did the question mess with you? He was like, if it bothered me, I'd have been walked away. I wouldn't even be doing this interview right now. So you on to something? You see the interview, man. Right. I really didn't catch on that until you said that.
Yeah. But you also know, as far as we got Colossal Boxing in the damn building. What's up, brother?
What's good, fam? How y'all doing?
Man, we doing all right, man. But to add on to what I was saying, brother, Jamal Charlo, to me, at least, he's always been a stand-up dude, yo. Like, I've always respected him. Not only does he kill you in the ring, he beats a nigga like goddamn, like he caught you in the car at 3 o'clock in the morning with your fingers in the ashtray trying to steal all the change you can get, But he carries that shit on his shoulders with pride. Like, nigga, I came here to kill you. I'm not your friend. I'm not your homeboy. I don't love you. Nigga, I don't love your mother. Look, nigga, I came here to do you bodily harm. So based on his personality that I've seen through everything that you've seen with his interviews throughout boxing, brother, like, I personally feel like on some real shit, dog, he ain't worried about no goddamn Golovkin. And even you know that, man. Hey, my brother, you know that shit. He's not fucking... Golovkin is one of the last niggas on the planet he worried about. That nigga is on a special witness protection program. Hands off. Give me the smallest nigga you can find. Hide that bitch in the bushes and wait until I finish making excuses in front of these nut-grabbing reporters. Because all of them, they not built like us. They not built like us, dog. None of them is. The tough questions. We're prepared to upload the videos with the realness in there and all the facts. Some of these guys are so used to their camp where these people suck ass for a living and they rely on their every word, even though they know it's a lot, and they're not going to ask them the tough questions. Golovkin been ducking for a long fucking time. This is why the IBF is up his ass. This is why the WBC is up his ass. For the fact that he has not been doing what he's supposed to be doing, dog. You know this.
Yeah,
if it's anybody, you know this, brother. Shit. So when it comes to Jamal Charlo and maybe whatever his temperament was with the lady with the big titties, how big you say them titties was?
It was nice.
That's a rhetorical question. You can ask that later. You ask that later. But hey, my joint, yo, is simply this, man. The brother was just trying to pretty much, assert himself about how he felt at the moment. Because I understand what it feels like to be around people that make you uncomfortable because they known liars. People have been trying to destroy the PBC since the ground fucking up. And they have been unsuccessful. We've heard racist statements come out of this shit in the whole nine. And even with that, PBC still exists. Al Heyman still exists. These motherfuckers never even heard him spoke. Never heard him say shit. Don't give interviews. Never even seen his face. But you hate this man. I don't understand it. I guess the brown melanin, man, it shocks you anywhere. You don't got to say shit. All they got to know is you black. If he was some quiet white man, everybody would be, motherfuckers would be sound as a motherfucker. But for that.
What's so funny about it is he treating that bitch like he the dope nigga, dog.
Yeah, real talk.
That's real shit, though. That's real business 101, though.
Yeah, and you adding on the fact is you had Eddie Hearns, you had Bob Arum, you had Golden Boy Promotions, you had all these promotional companies clinging on to make sure that this motherfucker didn't breathe or exist another day. And he fought quietly until he forced these motherfuckers to show their hand at the table. It's like you playing poker. I force you to show what the fuck you got here. If you gonna fold, nigga, you gonna give up every goddamn thing. And this is what he's done to them. So much so to where as though even in the courts, the judge said, hold up, nigga, you saying that he's trying to form a monopoly. Meanwhile, he's still signing for his fighters to fight your fighters. You're full of feces. Get out of my courtroom. And now a lot of these folks, like a Bob Arum, like a Eddie Hearns, these people out here today, my brother, I'm about to call you Colossal Boxing. The boxing brother. They're saving face. They're trying to act like they were down all along. They knew it was a strategic plot to take down Al Heyman and the PBC. And that brings up Jamal Charlo and what he left on Instagram. Look, and I'm paraphrasing. This is not his exact words. I'm paraphrasing. Look, this is where I've been at. I'm staying down and dirty. Why change now? He's at the place now where he can be fucking comfortable. Why change that up for Eddie Hearns, a charlatan that you know is only here for a check, that is also a ticket scalper, a ticket scalper.
And not only that with Eddie Hearn, what he did to all Harry Davies. You know what I'm saying? He fucking deserted all Harry Davies over a little bit of controversy. Why would you trust a motherfucker like that? Exactly.
When you robbing like that and you're prepared to throw this young brother underneath of the bridge for his own personal opinion. This is what it is. And this needs to be underlined for these fake ass promoters. I don't respect none of them. Shout out to Black Fight Fan TV and his live stream because he hit the nail right on the head. A lot of these guys, these promoters out here are there for self. When it stops affecting their company, when it stops affecting their dollar, their bottom line, then these fighters are fair to float up underneath of Shit's Creek, and these folks disregard them. And I condemn that as completely unfair and bullshit. Why deal with that, right, family? Why deal with that when you can take your motherfucking ass to PBC? Do not fuck with, okay? Nobody's bothering your bullshit. You can build your brand. You got fights around the clock. You got Mama Rosa, a.k.a. Mayonnaise, out here now in the day. Whatever the guy that got knocked out by Triple G. Coming out saying now, oh, well, Al Heyman was straight. You know, he did square business. And yeah, you say that now when you realize what you in.
The truth I smoked at the negotiation table.
Yeah.
He been with everybody. He been with Don King, top rank. He was a top amateur. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know, he's a top amateur. Yup.
Colossal Boxing, let's hear from you, brother.
Talking about PBC, fam.
So what specifically we talking about?
Just talking about how motherfuckers trying to knock them. You know, you see motherfuckers every day in the comments say, "Oh, they going broke. Like, nigga, they giving you the best fights. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. I mean, what is the issue? You know what I'm saying? And Charlo said, I think it was Jamal. It was Jamal that said, "I'm comfortable. I'm happy. I'm in the right position to really strike while the iron is hot." And they said that Al Heyman pulled up on them at the GQ shoot. They're having a GQ shoot for the magazine, and Al Heyman pulled up on them. So,
I mean, well, like I said, Al Heyman is a great person to stay with. You know what I'm saying? Jamel did say he has 2 offers and that he considered, but he also said that he got somebody like a Top Gun guy he answered to, and obviously this is Al Heyman. So I don't think Al Heyman is truly threatened by Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum, or anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because he still got his hands in the pot advising these guys. So if they decide to, you know, sign with Eddie Hearn, you know they're gonna get the blessing for the most part of Al Heyman. So I don't think Al Heyman
he probably run through them contracts, and that's gonna be the issue.
Yeah, but I'm
He got
saying,
one through contract.
I mean, Al, I don't know him, never heard him speak. We just seen pictures. He seemed like a fair guy. A lot of motherfuckers stay with him for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that by him, because look what he did with Daniel Jacobs. Daniel Jacobs still is advised by him. You know what I'm saying? So Al Heyman is gonna always have his hands in the pot. You know, I don't think that PBC is horrible at all. I love PBC. You know what I'm saying? They give us boxing around the fucking corner. I mean, around the fucking clock. One negative I would say though is that some of the top guys don't fight as often as I would like. Jermell is being one of them. You know what I'm saying? Jermell, Sean Porter, those guys don't fight enough. But I mean, when it comes to making money, you know, Heyman having your back, I mean, what more do you want, man? Because this is the hurt business, and motherfuckers not gonna have your best interest.
But let me ask you a question though, real quick. I mean, what fighters do fight around the clock like that though? You know, not too many. Crawford. This would be almost a year that Crawford from Indago to Jeff Horn, August to June.
Yeah, but that's just one. But that's just one. I mean, that's just one time. This is other than this year or this little 10-month span, we seen Crawford in action. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, twice the year before last. He ain't really fought 3 times since I think the year he fought John Molina, I believe. Yeah. So a lot of them guys over at Top Rank ain't as active neither. We know Lomachenko. We don't know Lomachenko gonna get dates because he the golden goose. Go ahead.
They not, but you know that's the only thing I can think of. That's what I'm saying. That's the only knock that if you could say if anything about PBC is that, you know what I'm saying, some of the guys ain't as active in. We all know.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Andre Rozier said that with 7-8 Sports interview. He says that you know, that when we was with PBC, it was basically like just stay ready and we didn't know when we was gonna fight. He said now we got to deal with Eddie Hearn HBO. We got fight dates and we can be prepared. So you on to something there?
Yeah, and that's the only thing, and that's why Al Heyman ain't tripping. Al Heyman is a smart dude. He know, like, eventually these motherfuckers are curious, and he grooming a lot of these motherfuckers. A lot of these niggas ain't Adrian Broner. You know what I'm saying? That's just in it just to be in it. A lot of these motherfuckers got their pen and they pad out. They taking notes. They observing. They paying attention to how real bosses move and how they conduct themselves. So of course they gonna say, "Hey, look, Al, I got this proposition, this offer from such and such. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like this is something I should do. I still want you on as an advisor." Blase. He giving a blessing. I mean, he got too much money to be stressing over losing 1 or 2 cats, whether it's a Wilder, Errol Spence, or whoever. He's stacked for life. You know what I'm saying? And he done gave them valuable knowledge that he bestowed on them that they ain't got to. He ain't got to worry. They ain't got to worry. You know what I'm saying? As long as they do everything that they supposed to do outside of the ring and in the ring, the money gonna come regardless. So I think that is a win-win situation for him. PBC is just fine in my opinion. I think though, what you be saying in your videos, CJ, he is applying pressure to these guys. You know, he done babied it enough with the easier matchups, and now it's time to really start fighting for legacy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, you know, Errol Spence is coming out strong saying that, you know, Garcia Porter went and got to fight him, and all these other fights are being made because Al Heyman also notices that it's time to put on the big fights because there's a lot of up-and-coming fighters that's being ushered in, and we got to start making way for those guys and really separating the greats from the just very good fighters. So, I mean, I just think that PBC get unnecessary hate, you know what I'm saying? But I always think it is about race, you know, at the end of the day.
My brother, while we take credit away and we slightly give credit and all that good shit, man, that we love to do, Al Heyman, I can honestly say, has done his best. You can't force some of these niggas to do what they're supposed to be doing. You understand what I'm saying? Look at Keith Thurman, a big example. You know, we just got Badu Jack versus Adonis Stevenson. You know, we've got Mikey versus Adrian Broner. We've gotten goddamn Adrian Broner versus Jesse Vargas. We've gotten Jamal Charlo moving up in weight. We got Jamal Charlo versus J-Rock. We got Erickson Lubin versus Jamel Charlo. We've gotten Keith Thurman versus Danny Garcia. Al Heyman has done the work through the borderlines of what he can do. And we know so far with what's given out in the PBC. Al Heyman or whoever, his advisors, hand you a sheet of paper with 3 fighters and you pick one off the list. Some of these guys have chose to do what they're supposed to do, and other guys have chose to stay in the witness protection program inside to protect their O's. We can't leave that on Al Heyman because at the end, I do believe that, yes, we would get better fights if we were on some of these fighters' asses. Okay, like we did Jeff Horn with this situation here. And that's not even PBC business. That's Top Rank business. But it all falls in the same line of things. Now keep up, goddammit. We got Errol Spence Jr. getting ready to fight his mandatory, but after that, with Keith Thurman coming back, we should demand that damn fight. Okay, he's giving up the WBC strap, but what does that mean at the end of the day when we're not able to see these two scrap? And that's the fight that you want at 147 before maybe you see Terrence Crawford. That depends on how your opinion goes. You know, but the way that I look at it, as far as Al Haymon, he has done his best to make sure that we've gotten some of the best fights we've seen as of recent here in the sport of boxing. If you want to look at people that are irresponsible and full of shit, let's start with HBO and Golden Boy Promotions. Let's start right there. And then we could trickle down to the people that are irresponsible and the boxers that are prima donnas and not true prize fighters. You know,
I definitely agree. That's why I think that if he do lose these guys, I think it's because he chose to. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he gonna fight for any guy that ain't willing to be great. That's why reports about Keith Thurman signing with whoever. I mean, sometimes you gotta let these motherfuckers go, because if they're not benefiting you, at the end of the day, he didn't call him Keith Thurman for the longest. You know, he didn't got him where he got him where he got him, but Keith got himself where he needed to be by, you know, being that guy with the right mentality before he got on. And now shit, if a motherfucker ain't about fighting these motherfuckers and he holding the progression of other motherfuckers, then you just gotta let the motherfucker go and let him be somebody else's problem. Because Eddie Hearn is not about to invest any money in a motherfucker with the expectation that you're not gonna fight Errol Spence, you're not gonna fight Terrence Crawford, or so forth and so on. So, I mean, motherfuckers that lead PBC.
But how could you, a colossal boxer? How could you say that with the way that he's milking Anthony Joshua? The way that he tried to split Cal Brook past Errol Spence Jr. He tried as hard as he could. But once he realized access was denied and the IBF wouldn't allow it, yeah.
And he tried to get Kell Brook to move up too, but Kell Brook was, hey, you gotta get Kell Brook a real one though.
Right.
Kell Brook, I ain't giving him my belt. But that shows you, that example right there, that shows you that a boxer has more control over his career than more people think.
Exactly. That stamp. That also lets you know who Eddie Hearns truly is. Because yes, he has the $1 billion deal, and I follow Colossal Boxing. He's making a lot of strong points that I truly agree with. But when I look at the case of Eddie Hearns, he's a man that's trying to buy time, family. He's trying to buy time with whatever he has. His possessions are slim. Granted, if he wanted to blow the house up and let's get the money real quick, why isn't Amir Khan versus Cal Brook already announced? That's one of the biggest fights you can get in the UK right now, right? Right. So why won't you deliver that?
I just honestly, man, that's a question that we had to continue to ask these guys that believe in the marinating process or all that. It's frustrating on all of us. I can hear it in your voice. I know CJ feel it. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, all we got to do, only thing we can do is keep applying pressure. You know what I'm saying? Keep putting the foot on the neck to anybody, whether it's American fighters or, you know, any other country's fighters, to get the fights that we want. You know what I'm saying? But money is the root to all evil. Money make the world go around. And for some reason, motherfuckers say they want $50 million, and then you get the shit and you don't really want it. So, I mean, we just in the fucking wait and see game.
But you've been hurt. CJ's been hurt. Me, us, the LDBC, we've all been hurt. And you see a lot of these folks out here today moving a little bit different. Even when it comes to PR and how you pronounce shit and how you say what you want as far as another fighter that wants your ass. Everything's moving slower. And I said this the last time we were on here. The YouTube community, period, man, the LDBC and folks here in the YouTube is moving boxing here year to date. We're defining what is credible in boxing and what's not credible. Based on facts, based on what these people say. Not us making up our own opinion, but what they say. We're moving boxing. So based on that, you see these guys moving a little bit more slower when they tell you that they don't want to fight somebody, or when they tell you they need more time, or when they tell you a bullshit statement that you know is a damn lie. They're moving a little bit more slower. So I agree.
Hold on real quick. Let me get a shout out to the super chat. My bad. Afro Kent G, hater or love it. AB taking on the very best competition available. Salute, family. Salute to you, African. Yeah, Broner do fight the best. You know, I remember he let the motherfuckers poll. He had a poll who he fight next to. It was Madonna, and that shit. That was hard to watch.
And let me add this in there to CJ. You getting ready to say this shit, but I want to say it anyway. Broner, for all the ridiculous, stupid, clown nonsense that he does on a regular basis, he gonna fight who in front of him. Okay, he's gonna fight who is in front of him. He's not gonna make excuses. He will fight that guy. And this is why he's still credible. He's still profitable year to date. This is why Eddie Hearns would send him a $6 million deal or what have you. Because he understands with all the cooning and buffooning that he does on a regular basis, standing in the Waffle House with a damn black robe on, freestyling with a gold chain on, all that shit is profitable to nigga shit. And Negroes is going to buy this shit. We are the #1 consumers in the goddamn country.
Yep, broke motherfuckers make rich niggas rich. That's the number. That's real shit right there. Without broke people, rich people wouldn't be rich. Rich people don't spend money on rich people shit. You don't see no rich white motherfuckers like Bill Gates with no motherfucking Jordans on and no motherfucking Gucci on. Motherfuckers with Walmart doctors on this shit, man.
To him and his mentality, and I can't speak for his mentality, but it's like, for what? I got the bag already. Why do I gotta do that? That's for somebody else that wants attention. Motherfuckers know how I get down on the Forbes list and Forbes magazine. They know what my number is as far as what I bring to the table. So
all you gotta do is reinvest it. All you gotta do is flip it. All he gotta do is flip it. He ain't gotta be no fool no more. All he gotta do is flip the bag. But he don't want to flip that bitch though, man. Hey, let's talk about I don't know shit about the dude Fury fight, so I ain't gonna talk on that shit. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know who Maurice Hooker is, and I'm still trying to break film on him.
I know who he is.
Yeah, he tall, man. He got some. I don't know if
he trash.
Oh, he took it right out of my mouth. I wasn't gonna say nothing, man. But talking about Terrence Crawford and Jeff Horn, I've already done my breakdown. I haven't really released it yet. So what y'all think about Terrence Crawford and Jeff Horn?
I think matter of fact, Colosso, you wanna go first, bro?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna do a breakdown. I want to look. It's not. I like to try to look at film, even though I know, it's a foregone conclusion for the most part. Other than a lucky punch landed by Horn that Crawford gonna win, but I still like to be objective and give some type of educated breakdown. But I think that this fight is intriguing. Terrence Crawford is on record saying that Horn is tougher than people are giving him credit for, and we still gotta find out how tough, how strong Crawford will be at 147. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know the MO for Jeff Horn. He ain't coming in there to fucking box. He ain't coming in there to be pretty. He coming in there to rough you up, fuck you up, headbutt you, do whatever he got to do to win, or at least make you look, more human than people already feel. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looking at Terrence Crawford as that guy. You know what I'm saying? At least 1B in the welterweight division already before having a fight. And I think that Jeff Horn's job simply is to fucking, confirm what a lot of people think, that he's not invincible, that he may not be ready for fucking 147. And that's his job, win, lose, or draw. But if you ask me skill-wise how the fight going to go, I think that it's just going to be like a fucking, target practice. It's going to be like he hitting a heavy bag, man. I just think that he too skilled, he too versatile. Especially when he get into the southpaw stance, man, he's just phenomenal out of that stance. I just think it's gonna be a one-sided fight, man. It's really not too much to break down, stylistically and everything, because
I disagree, dog. I disagree with that, man. I don't think it's gonna be as one-sided as you saying, man. Because Crawford a dirty. I'm not Crawford, but Horn a dirty motherfucker, dog. I just watched a film on him today. He dirty, man. And Crawford, I ain't never seen him cut his dirty tactics. Crawford is not fought a pressure fighter like Jeff Horn. He's fought Felix Diaz, and Felix Diaz brought pressure with no jab and no head movement. And Jeff Horn does move his head. He got some nice feints. He got some awkward foot movement, and he got a solid jab. I don't think it's gonna be target practice because he moves his head, and Felix Diaz didn't move his head, but Felix Diaz hit him with some excellent overhand rights and left hooks. Crawford is not his defense is not impeccable. I think when people question the Earl Smith's defense, you can question Terrence Crawford's defense. Just because Terrence Crawford looked slick and he looked all good, he get hit with a lot of clean punches. And if I'm not saying that Jeff Horn is a big puncher. I'm just worried. I seen Jeff Horn hit Pacquiao. I want to say this. Not only did he push Pacquiao head down, I seen him hit Pacquiao with a punch and an elbow several occasions, dog. He legitimately went like that, dog. I'm like, dog, he in here playing jail boxing and shit. Jail boxing. I said, this dude dirty as hell, dog. That's what kind of worried me, dog. He a dirty dog. I mean, dude, he was hitting him on the hip. This dude, hey, it's gonna be a tough fight just off of the strength of how dirty and how strong he is, dog.
I agree, but I think that Crawford got the dog in him, but dude, he got the physical strength against Jeff Horn at least. You know what I'm saying? Because Jeff Horn is a big, solid, you know what I'm saying, welterweight. The motherfucker really
if you get the moving on Jeff Horn and Jeff Horn will cut the ring off and make Crawford fight, man. I'm telling you that right now. Crawford gonna have to really, really abuse Jeff Horn. He gonna wear Jeff Horn ass out. I'm telling you that right now. He gonna wear Jeff Horn out, but will Jeff Horn be able to wear his ass out with all them dirty tactics and shit? He might even punch him in the nuts or something. That dude is a dirty motherfucker, dog.
Right. Well, this is my take. This is my take, real quick. And both of y'all got very valid points. But let's look at it here, man. From 140 to 147 is not a big difference on weight. Especially when we already understand how these guys walk around on a day-to-day basis. They're not walking around at 147 or 140. It's a lot bigger. Sometimes it's 20, 30 pounds up. You've seen Terrence Crawford come in the ring at 150-something the day of his fight. So to think it's going to be this big tuck of war and everything else, it is going to come down to technical skill. Is Jeff Horn the bigger guy? Absolutely. But where's the skill on the table, and how much more does Terrence Crawford have to prove in order for you to understand that he's that guy? Okay? Yeah, he got rocked by Gamboa. You got that point. Anybody has that point. He got rocked by Gamboa. Okay, he got caught clean by Felix Diaz. He was in a chess match with Victor Postal, which he dominated him after 3 rounds.
Yep.
But go ahead, bro. What you had to say?
No, I was just saying he dominated Victor Postal. I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the fucking guys that I love Terrence Crawford. I think he my pound for pound #1 guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, you know what I'm saying, only guy I see can beat him. 2 guys I see can beat him at 147. That's Thurman and Spence. But
that's a long stretch. This is why it's a long stretch. I don't even mean to cut you off, but I want you to get
good.
I definitely want you to get back to your point, but I want to say this real quick. From what we've seen, yes, his defense, as my brother Boxing Clinic said, is it's not some unbreakable thing, man. You can get in there. But what we've seen him do, switching from the orthodox stance to the southpaw stance, confusing fighters, beating the shit out you, handing you your hat, sending niggas looking like they about to go goddamn fix the drywall. Like, this shit here, this ain't nothing easy. It's not like anybody can do this shit. This is why he became undisputed at 140. And you can add that to the heart of Julius Ndongo, because a lot of these guys are pussies. You give them 2 belts, and they start speaking politics. But on the levels of what Julius Ndongo did, we tilt our hat. But getting back to my point, Terrence Crawford is a monster for a damn reason. And it's not going to take a guy like Jeff Horn to bring anything out of him. Jeff Horn lucked up. Okay, yes, I said on my videos, and I'll own up to it, that he whooped Pacquiao's ass, but he bullied, he was dirty as a motherfucker. It was some Hulk Hogan, Rocky Balboa shit going on. Yes, absolutely. But I didn't give a fuck at that time. I was so selfish, I didn't give a fuck because I knew in my heart Pacquiao would never fight the other 147-pounders out there. So to see that belt being released from him under any circumstances, nigga, I was in joy. But to look at Terrence Crawford and to say that he can't walk the dogs on him is it's outrageous. Yes, he's strong. Look, these are men in here putting these gloves on, gladiators coming in here to take somebody's head off their shoulders. But you understand, me, Boxing Clinic, Colossal Boxing, anybody else that's tuning in, we understand the level of skill that Terrence Bud Crawford brings to the table no matter who he fights, and he's not underestimating any opponent. In certain cases, it's within your genetics. It don't matter how hard you train. Do you got it or don't you have it? Is it there or is it not there? And for Jeff Horn, it's fucking not there. He's going to beat the dog shit off this guy. It's good to sell it. because we want to see Terrence Crawford sell as many tickets as possible because we know he's one of the elites here. But if we cut the fat off, if we shave off all the bullshit right now and we look at it directly, he's going to beat the fuck out of this guy, man, and get himself an easy WBO strap in order to be one of the dominant fighters at 147. Now, you can agree or disagree with me, man. Either way, I'm not going to argue with you, man. I respect your opinion. But Jeff Horn is exactly what he is, man. This is why Danny wanted a piece of his ass so bad, and he was speaking on social media about fighting him. He knew it was an easy strap, easy money. That guy, he presumes no threat. The only thing we respect about Jeff Horn is he is a guy that's willing to do what Pacquiao wouldn't, which is fight Terrence Crawford.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree exactly with everything you said. I mean, he a tough guy, but I mean, skills pay the bills, man. And Terrence Crawford got a lot of skills, but it's still. I also agree with CJ. I mean, we got to see how he gonna deal with the physical strength. If he deals with that well, then it should be an easy. Impressive.
They said that's one of the hardest leaps to make from 40 to 47 for whatever reason that is. They said that's one of the harder leaps to make. And you got to remember, dog. I'm not talking about Jeff Horn at this point, but you got guys at 147 that's faster, that's stronger, that hit harder than what we think Crawford gonna be. But you never know, Crawford.
But he coming in there with the speed already. He coming with speed. He possesses a good amount of power.
But Crawford ain't an overly fast dude, though. You know, when I think what CJ saying with fast motherfuckers that really. You know, with the hands.
Like Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is able to load up and still get the punches there. You know what I'm saying? He's a special specimen. You know what I'm saying? But with Crawford, he's more the best attribute about Crawford, dude, what people don't understand is his mentality. He's tough. You know, mentally.
But who has been in Terrence Crawford? CJ, who has been in Terrence Crawford's position? There's been a couple fighters. Floyd is one of them that has been in his position. And what I mean by his position is coming up in weight and immediately fighting for a title. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, you putting that on that level, right? And you're saying what's possible.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm just saying that it's a different.
I'm not saying you.
I'm just saying
like spectators. I know you know better.
But we know.
I know you know better.
We know Floyd. We know Floyd. We know Floyd fought a lot of different guys, and whatever it was with Floyd, that's Floyd though. But but Crawford, he fought a lot of stubbier guys, and then the taller, bigger guys he fought in Postal. He wasn't as confident because CJ, I know you understand boxing. So we kind of playing this thing out. It's cool. I'll ride along with it. I'll play with the story. Oh, no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to give you an example why people feel that way about the Jeff Horn fight. They feel that way because they feel like Crawford has never fought a big guy like Jeff Horn. That's the issue. All
bigger guys and stuff.
Yeah, all smaller guys he didn't fought.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Smaller guys. Yeah,
the big guys he didn't fought like the Lord Megan.
But brothers, what skin color is he? Come on now. Let's not do this. I understand what the media said, but like I keep going back to, we know better, man.
But it's cool. I get what you said, but I see what CJ's saying too. This is boxing at the end of the day, man. And we just don't know until we know. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it is. It's the uncertainty. That's what make the fight juicier. You know what I'm saying? Like we know Crawford is a big guy, but you know we want to see how he steps, because this is gonna be a barometer. What's so important about this fight? This is a barometer for Errol Spence, and that's how people looking at it.
Yep.
You mean CJ? You mean a measuring stick, right?
Yeah, measuring stick. Yeah, this is what people want to look at. If he knocks out Jeff Horn quick and fast in a hurry, he disposes of him, or he just beat the dog shit out of him like he got the speed and power. Because he might be stronger and faster at this weight without being drained. And if that's the case, if he can knock out Jeff Horn, a lot of people are going to really start to lean towards Terrence Crawford over Errol Spence, because he got all the special effects.
I agree. You already got people kind of breaking the mold, myself included. I'm not going to sit here and act like I wasn't on that. I was on Spence hard. When I heard Crawford was moving up, I said, your rent's due. Your rent is due. You got all the money. That's the way I feel with Terrence Crawford moving up, because I understand at this point, as far as overall boxing, I'm not talking durability and just your stamina and shit like that. I'm talking about just natural skill at the table. In my personal opinion, Terrence Crawford is a more skilled fighter than Errol Spence Jr., but at 140. So I do understand what you're saying. Can he handle the power? Can he handle the pressure? will he fold from a body shot from Jeff Horn, a big welterweight? All these things are important because Errol Spence Jr. is a big welterweight. So a lot does come out of this. But in the same sense, nigga, shit, you got to properly place hands on Crawford and stand over top of this guy the whole fight. Can you do it for 12 rounds? It's a tough task. And so far with that Da Vinci Code, we ain't seen nobody crack it.
I agree, but I think that Errol Spence gonna be that nigga to crack it. You know, I mean, I ain't gonna say that because, like I said, I love both guys. You know what I'm saying? I hate this shit because I know they got to fight eventually. You know what I'm saying? I hate this shit because I don't want neither one of them to lose. But I think that shit, Errol Spence gonna crack that motherfucker. I ain't gonna be easy, but he gonna crack the Da Vinci Code by cracking them ribs. You know what I'm saying?
But do you see Colossal Boxing? CJ, Colossal Boxing, do you see what we doing? Mm-hmm. This happens every time. It don't matter what.
I know. I hate it.
You ain't like, especially the Mayweather fights, especially with Floyd Mayweather when he fought. Robert Guerrero. You know, look, we did the Berto face. Oh, Canelo. Yeah. I mean, people do it every time though. You're not lying.
The only difference is we talking about two brothers, though. I guess you know what I'm saying.
And I want y'all to pay attention to this close after this shit. Every time you talk about Jeff Horn versus Crawford, you always got to talk about Spence. Yeah. So it's like, oh, we can't look past Spence. But it's like you almost ain't got no damn choice. He floats in the conversation no matter what. So that lets you know how the lack of credibility and actual reliance that you give a Jeff Horn. You don't give him too much. You want to say it, but it ain't really there. It's not there. It's good for talking points. But at the end, it don't help him. It don't help. And my bad. It don't help him that he didn't fight nobody after Pacquiao. He fought a motherfucking school teacher. Real talk. Yeah, a damn school teacher.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, honestly, I'm still excited about this fight just because, you know, for one of my favorite fighters back in the ring. But it's just a new weight division brings new challenges, brings new things, and it's gonna be. I'm eager to see what things has Crawford implemented in his arsenal, improved on, and added to make him even more of a well-rounded fighter at a higher weight. So, I mean,
but the question is, so we love it anyway. This is the question right here. This is a solid question. If you knew Terrence Bud Crawford was moving up to 147 to fight Danny Garcia or Keith Thurman, the conversation would flip a lot different with you trying to add Spence in. The same with me. I add Spence in each time. I can't help it. But because you know that he's moving up to fight Jeff Horn, you automatically throw Spence in because you know, like, man, Crawford might go in here and knock this bitch out and dump the garbage on top of his chest. You know that shit might happen. It's more likely than anything. What they say in the NFL, more likely than not? Yeah, it's more likely than not he will knock that bitch out and dump garbage truck juice on top of his chest. You know that. That's why we flirting with Errol Spence every time you bring up Spence. You can't help. I can't help it. God damn it. None of us can.
It's like that's an era fight, man. That's the fight for us that we want.
And that's what it used to be like with Keith Thurman and Earl Spence.
Hell yeah, you know? It sure did. Hey, is it gonna be one time or is it gonna be man down? You know what I'm saying? And shit. Now it's just like, is it gonna be any of these niggas to step up and fight Spence, man? So it's like, I don't know, man.
Well, you know, he said he wouldn't walk across the street, but I mean, you got I don't really care about Santa Cruz and Marius too. I'm sorry, bro. I just don't. I mean, it could be a good fight. I'm gonna watch it. If you know, I'm paying my $5 to watch Blood. I mean, he should be fighting Gary Russell that night, man. But somebody like he should have been fighting somebody better. You know what I'm saying?
CJ, my battery is low, so if I cut off, it ain't me, man. It just cut me off. But I'm gonna keep going with y'all.
All right, if you want to come back, get a charger or something, let me know or something, man.
I'm good, man. I love this conversation. We talking about some real shit.
So shit, what else you had going on? Give me a minute. Yeah, the Wilder Joshua shit. I don't even want to talk about the shit, but it's out there. I know a lot of people like to hear it. You know, basically,
I mean, we could touch on it, bro, if you want to. Particular.
Everybody want to hear the shit. You know, obviously, like he about to go ahead and fight Povetkin, and 7 Day Sports brought up an old article that I remember seeing. Man, it was about the time that Deontay did the interview with Anthony Joshua did the interview with Johnny Nelson and shit. And when he said 20, I might fight Wilder 21, 22, 23. article got leaked out about his plans and shit, and it was Parker, Povetkin, then Wilder in December. So you know, most people think he played Wilder, whatever. Wilder gonna fight Brazil, he gonna fight Povetkin. You know, before Povetkin fought David Price, the 2 fights before that, he looked terrible. Didn't have no power, looked frail. His body don't even look the same as when he fought Klitschko. He was more filled out. And after he got off the Meladonian and another P that he took, he don't look like the same fighter. So, of course, the risk right now is lower. You know what I'm saying? People saying the white Mike Tyson. I mean, David Price legitimately hurt that man last time they fought, you know, when they fought. So, I mean, I expect
CJ, you know, man. You know, my brother Colossal knows this man is going to find the best PEDs he can possibly get his hands on to fight Anthony Joshua. And
it's going to they're going to be in London. So, I mean, we know the UKAD coming out 2 years later. I just think I think Joshua's going to ice him, man. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't take this fight over Wilder fight if they didn't know they was going to win. You know, that's how I feel, man.
I see where you're going at, but I think they don't understand how much of a risk it is than what it really is. That's why I'm looking at. Okay, you're fighting in London. Okay, check off. You're fighting Povetkin, an older guy. Check off. But you're fighting this dangerous opponent that can't stay away from the juice no matter what. We seen what happened with Bermane Stiverne after Wilder. This guy can't stay away from PEDs. And even now, I think he's still juicing. I can't prove it, but I feel like he's still dirty as a motherfucker. Do you think? All right, let's be real. All right, scratch all the bullshit criticism, whatever personal shit in the back, whatever the case is. Straight real. Do you honestly think for Povetkin at the biggest fight of his boxing career, possibly capturing 4 belts, that this Joker would come in the ring without his body armor that he's always worn? This juicy juice? Come on, brothers. Come on, man. He's gonna knock this nigga. He's gonna knock this nigga into the back of the casket. I'm talking under 6 feet, man. At least 9 feet worth of dirt. He's gonna do that simply because he wants to make sure that he's a champion and that he brings something back to Russia. And certain people will be paid off, in my personal opinion. They will be paid off to make sure that they look the other way. At the end of the day, with his billionaire promoter that he has, Alexander Povetkin's billionaire promoter, the whole key with this guy was to make sure that he was heavyweight champion. Not necessarily undisputed, but heavyweight champion. And right now, they're in a point in domain where they can do that, knock AJ off in the UK scot-free, and leave this guy looking stupid. And what it does to AJ is, it completes you as the biggest ducker in boxing history. You had an opportunity at 50 million, which will not be there when you get knocked the fuck out. Okay? This PED using, people knew he was dirty when he knocked your ass out, leaves with your titles, and now the bag is completely gone, man. That's my presumption of things. They think they stealing. They think they're getting over on the fans, Eddie Hearns and AJ. They're walking into a smoking death trap where they're going to lose the bidding situation for where the venue's going to be at. They're going to lose that shit. They don't have the money to play. Eddie Hearns just showed you from the last joint he lost with Dillian White. Okay? And then when it falls in that place, the rules change about the drug testing. Now, all of a sudden, Alexander Povetkin looks like the next America's Strongest Man contest. He's big as a bitch, knocking fucking Anthony Joshua's dick in the dirt. I see it. You see it, goddammit. We might want to scratch our heads a little bit like, oh, they ain't going to allow that. Or it'd be protection for AJ. Shit. Why? Why when possibly it may not even be on his home court? It may not. What if they take that bitch to Russia? Then what?
Then Eddie Hearns said they got a deal with Povetkin. So they could be lying and say, okay, the Wilder didn't sign to fight Brazil.
Right.
Oh, let's take this shit. Let's pull that deal and take that shit to the first bid. That's how that shit worked, though, man. You're right, though. And if it fall in Russia, you know they don't like niggas in Russia, dog. And at the end of the day, British, Canadian, Haitian, use Nick if you Anthony Joshua. I would not want to go over there, dog.
It's cherry picking gone wrong. I swear to you, I promise you everything I love, y'all. If I'm wrong, I come back here on your platform and say, you know what, CJ, good fella, you was 100% right. but this is a case of cherry picking gone
I would
wrong.
laugh my ass off. I don't want to see it happen because it ain't nothing worse than only thing worse than AJ happened to Bills is Viveki. I would laugh my ass off, bro.
But you know what? He would immediately go fight Wilder. I strongly believe that he would go fight Deontay Wilder immediately. I feel like Povetkin would. You know why? So they can have.
He's 40 years old. He ain't got no fucking choice but to be great.
Right. He would do it immediately. AJ is scared, and he thinks ducking out this Deontay Wilder back door to Povetkin is going to save him some validity for tomorrow. He don't understand. He walking right into a death trap, and that $50 million was the best gift he could ever get here in the sport of boxing. And this lets you know, please, man, underline this, circle this. Everybody here in the chat, smash the like button if you haven't already, goddammit. We're speaking truth to power tonight. This lets you know, goddammit, that Eddie Hearns does not give a fuck about AJ. A rat's ass about him. Why would you skip over $50 million to fight a known drug cheat? Why would you do that to a fighter that you're supposed to be looking out for? Come on, family. Come on,
That's
man.
real shit right there, man. What you think about it, Colosso? He might have stepped away for a minute. He stepped away for a minute. But you ain't lying about that shit, though. I'm not passing up $50 million for shit, though. If I'm going, and nigga told me go in there and fight Prime Mike Tyson for $50 million right now, I'm just gonna take that L on the button, dog.
Right. I'm gonna get knocked out with a jab, a light jab.
Hey, Blue Blood Sports said that Eddie Hearn said that $50 million wasn't enough money for Anthony Joshua's future or some dumb shit like that, man.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports. Blue Blood Sports, he does the groundwork, man. He busts his ass to put facts out here. He had a great interview with Eddie Hearns, sitting there lying and bullshitting. And shout out to Blue Blood Sports, man. He spends his money, he travels around to make sure he does the dirty work that we can't. And I got a lot of love for that brother, man. But getting back down to the bottom line real quick, simply with this. Sorry, I got people shouting in my house. We're cooking in here. But the thing is with this, man, and I want to say it one more goddamn time. Why, if you're here, you're a manager, advisor, whatever you are, you would tell your fighter to turn down $50 million to fight a known drug cheat? How is that love? How is that respect? How is that care? How is that nurture for your future? How is that to say, hey, man, you know what? I really fucks with you. You my dog, man. I got your back. Let's go fight this drug cheat over here that we know cheats for a fucking living. Okay, every nigga that he fight, he magically has something in his system that ain't supposed to be there. Come on now. As far as I look at it here, this underlines for any fighter here in the U.S. that is thinking about this DAZN deal and signing the contract with Eddie Hearns. Look at how he's treating and where he's guiding his most prized fighter in order for him to so-called be successful, knowing it's a death trap and you're fighting a well fucking known. This nigga shouldn't even be allowed to put a pair of gloves on. Drug cheat.
And
known drug cheat.
The thing that's kind of we miss it real quick is the fact that the reason why Eddie didn't want that $50 million deal because he was gonna get a flat fee and he was gonna have no promotional control, none of the live gate. If Vivek can come to the UK, he gonna be able to control the promotion. He already putting the undercard together right now. He put Luke Campbell versus Anthony Carrillo bum ass in there. He's already building the undercard, so he get to have creative control over the undercard. He get to put his money into the pot of the live gate.
And
he get to touch the money first.
Ticket scalp. He gets to ticket scalp, brother. He gets to ticket scalp. We gotta keep pushing this out here, man. These are facts. Eddie Hearns buys all the tickets when they first come up because they're dirt cheap in the UK. You can get a damn ticket for $20. Okay, dirt cheap. He buys all these tickets up and ticket scalps them out the back door and doubles the price. Now, AJ, if he's getting paid off the venue, if he is, I don't know what he get. I don't know his numbers. Okay, he would originally only get paid off of what the original gate is. Eddie Hearns is doubling and tripling his money off of ticket scalping off of this board. So when they say milking, he's milking this guy for every dollar he can get. in order for Matchroom Boxing to be successful, not AJ. He don't give a fuck about AJ. One more time. Eddie Hearns does not give a fuck about AJ. He is leading him to a fight against a known drug cheat with substantial suspect rules in effect, with substantial suspect judges, substantial suspect drug testing people, and everything else, because he will not have enough money. His company will not have enough money in order to take over if any betting takes place for this fight. That he can't outbuy it. And you go ask Pencil Top Head Dillian White how that worked out for him.
Facts, man.
Colossal Boxing, you in the building. Colossal Boxing, brother, you here?
Well, he don't walk away from me. Probably taking shit or some shit.
Don't do that to my brother, man. Don't do it.
He got off work. When I get off work, I take me a nice shit too.
Let me ask you a question, though, brother. Let me ask you a serious question too, brother. CJ, in your mind, man, if you're Eddie Hearns, which I know you would never be a slime ball like that, but if you were in that position, and this is AJ here, you're supposed to be the person for his best interest at heart, okay? His manager, to lead his career. Would you turn down a $50 million deal to go fight a drug cheat, possibly in Russia? I say possibly.
Hell no. Hell no. Here you go, Jarrell, real quick. Hell no, I wouldn't fucking turn down. But like I told you, though, he gonna have creative control if that fight stay in the UK. With Wilder, that nigga just get his promotional fee off top, and he just go to the background like he Tito. He gonna fade into the black. He can't be all on the podium, all in. He just like with Joseph Parker, for example, how he was like conducting the whole, opening press conference and putting niggas in their place. That nigga gonna be in the back. He gonna be on the back. Nobody worried about him. He don't have no juice in America. But you know what I'm saying? He don't care about AJ. AJ is making him money. Without AJ, there's no Matchroom. There's no Matchroom USA. There's no Danny Jacobs. There's no nothing without Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua too fucking dumb to realize that. He the most powerful man in boxing, possibly, but he's still getting whiplashed and milked by Eddie Hearn, man. And Big Cool, we talking about Povetkin and Joshua possibly fighting. What you think about it?
You already know I can't stand that motherfucker Alexander Povetkin, man. I hate that motherfucker. That nigga should be banned. And if he ain't gonna be banned, that motherfucker should have had to earn his right. You know what I'm saying, to get in this position. But when you got Robinski behind you,
I got a question for you, Colossal Box. I'm waiting for you to get back.
Yeah, my girl called him off bad.
Shit, it's cool, man. We all got old ladies. Let you know we got something to do with our fucking life. We ain't like the rest of these weirdos on here. But here we go. But the thing is this, brother. With you, if you hypothetically was Eddie Hearns, which I know you would never be a slime ball in your life, but if you were in that position, same way I asked CJ, would you, as a manager, advise your fighter to fight for $50 million against Deontay Wilder in the US or wherever, or the UK, or with 40% in the UK, excuse me, or would you allow your fighter to fight a known drug cheat that's been caught twice, at least within the last 2.5 years?
Nah, bro.
Which one would be your angle as the manager?
I'm going for Wilder. I'm going for Wilder because look, I want the best for my fighter. $50 million. He asked for $50 million, right? Wilder, his team provided those funds. Also, I want to be linked with a motherfucker that's a great. And if he beat Wilder, you undisputed first since 2003 when Lennox Lewis did it. You know what I'm saying? It's only enhancing his legacy. It's enhancing my legacy by being associated, being a guy that promoted a fucking undisputed champion, former Olympic gold medalist. And he going to be fighting a credible guy, a champion who's not on the drugs. He's not a champion who was a former, cheat or none of that shit. I mean, undefeated. And then you getting broadcasted to America actually fighting over there. You know what I'm saying? I would never, ever, I wouldn't even allow Lucas Brown to fight Alexander Povetkin. You know what I'm saying? Or whoever the fuck it is. I won't allow none of my fighters to fight that motherfucker unless he won the title and they were the mandatory or the opportunity was given to them and I knew they wanted to be a champion. But if they were already champion, I'm steering my fighter away from that nigga. I don't care what nobody say. This nigga's a cheat. You know what I'm saying? I would take a stand and say, no, I'm not fucking with Alexander Povetkin and Robinski because that motherfucker got too much money and that nigga will find a way at the end to screw over my guy and me in the process. So I'm going with the fight that I want to see. My fighter says he won't. The money he said he wanted is right there for him. There's no need to fight Alexander Povetkin. There's no need other than him being a mandatory, which is bullshit in my opinion anyway. But to answer your question, no, it's gonna be Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder 10 out of 10 times.
Absolutely, I completely agree with all of that, man.
And not only just that about Povetkin and AJ. I mean, think about it. How did Povetkin get ranked as the WBA and WBO mandatory, and also the WBC was pushing for him to face Deontay Wilder after he paid them $500,000. So he basically paid his way to fight back up because he ain't fought nobody since he came off of suspension. He fought two bums. He fought David Price. How does that qualify you to be the mandatory? Boxing is all about that bag.
Robinski.
Yep, Robinski.
He got way more money than Al Heyman. I tell you, he got the most power, monetary wise, than anybody in boxing, bro. And if you take this shit out of America, bro, it's open season on these niggas, man. It's open season on Wilder, on Joshua, on Ortiz, on whoever the fuck it is, bro. When it come to you, gotta fight that nigga. You know,
real talk.
So I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, money is the fucking ruler of the world. It's the root to all evil. It make the world go around, but sometimes a motherfucker got to take a stand, you know? And the only reason I don't criticize Eddie, even though the fight is bullshit, if it don't happen between Wilder, is of course he's going to get the criticism. But I understand that Joshua is a guy that didn't earn these titles. So, of course, you got to, you know, satisfy your mandatories. But other than that, there's no reason why Alexander Povetkin should.
Colossal. Even if I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Even if it wasn't Povetkin and they were proposing ducking or having a warm-up fight before Wilder, who would that guy be other than Povetkin? As you being the advisor.
No. See, what I was saying is, no, I'm not advising nobody against. No, it's Wilder or nothing. I mean, I can't make my fighter fight the motherfucker. I can't make him fight the motherfucker, but I'm going to look, man. I know you want the UK. You know what I'm saying? But this offer is huge. I mean, you stand to make way more money over here. Now, if I have to overpay him, you know, if you really want it, you know what I'm saying? If I overpay him, you can't have any more of the crazy ass stipulations. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do everything. The fighter's gonna be in the country. You know, your fans gonna be there. This and that. You got your money. He got his money. That's it. I can't do nothing else. But if you don't want to fight him, then of course I gotta go look down the list of motherfuckers that you can fight. But I'm not. It's same for Wilder. I'm not allowing Wilder to fight Brazil. No, nigga, you're not fighting Ortiz again until you fight the nigga we want you to fight. I mean, that you want to fight. The fans want to see you fight.
So what's the move for Wilder? Okay, in your personal opinion, what's the move? Knowing that this fight is not going to happen, we've been janked around, we have been bullshitted by a charlatan promoter like Eddie Hearn. What is the move now? Is it Dominic Brazil? Who is it that Wilder fights?
It's your boy. It's your favorite boy we was on live with on Corey Lee Boxing, man.
Who's that?
Crisco Grease, Fat Back, Fat Neck, Super Cheese, Michael Jarrell Miller, nigga. That's who that nigga should fight, dog.
Honestly,
they got the build up with it. You got one of them niggas to the ring, talk about niggas baby mamas. They got all the fucking groundwork to be a great American fight. Now I love to see Jarrell Miller get the fucking grease knocked out of his ass. That's what I want to see.
Honestly, if I'm Wilder, and like I said, I'm holding out a little hope that the fight get done. I'm holding out a little hope, but I'm losing hope as each day passes and no fucking, you know, news regarding anything other than the fake shit that Hearn is saying. Well, we sent him a better offer and we hoping to hear from him. I would have him fight nobody that can threaten it. You know what I'm saying? He fought Ortiz. He escaped it, but that 7th round was real shaky. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
And so I'm fighting Brazil. I'm fighting Jarrell Miller. I'm fighting Spilka again in a rematch.
Honestly, that nigga dead. That
nigga dead. Or this.
He just came. Hey, Spilka. Hey, hold on. Spilka just came back and got a win though. So shout out to Archie Spilka.
Yeah, I like Spilka.
The last time I seen him, he was in a neck brace.
This is gonna be crazy, y'all. This is gonna be crazy what I'm about to say, but hear me out. We all know that Tyson Fury says that he ready for Wilder and Joshua. If I can't get Joshua, I'm telling Heyman, you know what? Fury been talking shit. You know what I'm saying? He said he can beat me. He been out of the ring 3 years. Whatever. Call his bluff. You know what I'm saying? I'll go over there to the UK, even if I don't got to.
That fucking steroid juicer, that fucking cocaine steroid fucking mixer, that fat fucking never take that fight, man.
True, but you gotta call his bluff though. You gotta call his bluff because look, Wilder don't look bad in these negotiations because he called.
Damn, they just kicked us off, man. That's some bullshit, man. That's some bullshit. I'm about to add them back though, y'all. I hopefully they know how to come back. There we go.
Okay. But like I was saying, Wilder don't look bad in these Joshua negotiations. You know what I'm saying? And then if you continue to call these niggas out, like call their bluff, all right, Fury, you want this shit? Here you go. My WBC title on the line. Take it or leave it. You come over here, you got a nice whatever pretty penny you can get, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if I'm Wilder, I'm just keep calling these niggas out. I'm applying the pressure.
Hey, think about Dominic Brazil. I'm not fighting no nigga that's suing me.
I think that'll be a part of it. To drop
the lawsuit and not scrap me. I'm not fighting no nigga that's suing me.
But he gonna watch Brazil, man. But I definitely want to see him beat the fuck out of Jarrell Miller. I can't stand that motherfucker. And we share the same name. Just disgust me, man.
Different second letter though, man. But
yeah,
I would love to see him beat the fuck out of Dominic Brazil though. I can't stand that little faggot ass motherfucker. At least Jarrell Miller, man. He a fat solid ass nigga. Brazil just a little Jerry Curl, Southern California, wherever you from, little pussy, man. I can't stand that. Oh, they scared me in front of my wife. Oh, I was scared for my a little ass Wilder came up and bopped him in his shit, and he acted like a little pussy, nigga.
Talking about Marcelo's Wilder. Yeah. Marcelo's Wilder.
Before he turned pro, pop your shit in your motherfucking mouth. Pop the shit out of his ass, man. What y'all think about this Canelo and Triple G shit? It seemed like Triple G done got his motherfucking mind right. You know what I'm saying? You know, oh yeah, I'll go ahead and negotiate with Triple. I'm gonna go back to the negotiation table. Yeah. Now the Sergey Shevchenko and Jamal Charlo waiting to put a foot up your ass. Now you want to negotiate?
Hey man, I'm honestly, man, I'm between Wilder and Joshua and Canelo and Golovkin, man. I'm about tired of talking about these negotiations. I'm about ready to talk about finalized fights, man. But I mean, Triple G got to do what he got to do. I done made videos. I don't know if y'all have seen them. I'm saying this, and it sounds crazy to pass up that fucking money. Go for the legacy fight, man. Go for Billy Joe Saunders if that can happen. Do what you set out to do.
Pass it up
and be undisputed.
He passed it up again. Billy Joe was trying to get him to fight and push his May 5th fight back to June. He don't want to fight Billy Joe Saunders, man. Since that white boy took a Percocet and feel alive, whatever he did, whatever they cracked his back or some shit, whatever he just took to come back to life.
Don't want that leather bedroom slip up his ass. That's all it is. He running from a ghost right now. He running from motherfucking that goddamn leather bedroom slipper being shoved right up his ass. That's what he running from. He got Abel Sanchez with his Count Dracula mustache running around here talking that motherfucking scoreduggery bullshit. And he knows for a goddamn fact, man, that he won't last out here. This nigga's scared, man. He like a nigga in jail with his last piece of clean drawers on, man, and don't know how he gonna do laundry. That's how he is right now, man. Scared to death. This is it, man. This is the casket, man. This is the dirty Sanchez right here, a.k.a. Abel Sanchez, begging and pleading to keep the rifles off of that motherfucking bedroom slipper out of Triple G's ass. That's all it is. Scared to death.
And honestly, man, I kind of like Triple G because I think he could compete with all the guys that he's supposed to be. Of course, I think he could compete with Jamal and Sergey Derevchenko and Billy Joe Saunders too. Well, I don't know, Billy Joe. He's slick, and we don't know how fucking Golovkin. He ain't fought really a mover. Well, he fought Canelo, but it's a different type of slip. Anyway, I don't count out Triple G in those fights, but whatever, for some reason, he just don't want it. Or you gonna have to give up the titles. It's either fight like the WBC said, fight Jamal, or give up the strap. I'm pretty sure they're gonna say fight Sergey or give up the strap. That's why I say just go and try to fight Billy Joe Saunders, win, lose, or draw, nigga. That's the goal you set for yourself. Me, if I was a fighter, I'm trying to fight all these niggas, and I'm not waiting until I get older and shit. I'm trying to, all right, you next, you next, you next, you next. Oh, I gotta beat Payday, you next. I mean, these niggas listen to these other motherfuckers, the ones that ain't taking these punches, man, and be around and fucked up. So I don't know, man. I just hope that whatever happened is in the best interest of the fans, and that all fighters get whatever they feel is due, monetary wise, and we keep moving.
Yeah, man. You know, yeah. I really don't care. I didn't pay for the first fight. I watched that shit on IG Live. Shout out to Instagram Live.
Oh yeah, I ain't pay for it either.
I ain't paying for that shit, man. Fuck them. That shit was orchestrated, all types of shit. All right, let's change gears a little bit here, man. Let's talk about some junior middleweights, man. Let's talk about Jermell Charlo, Jaime Munguia, and Swift Jared Hurd, man. And you know, Jermell said, "Fuck all the DC fighters, they trash." I don't know why he said. I guess to get under Swift Jared Hurd's skin. I mean, how y'all see all that triangle playing out, man? I know Jaime Munguia really, really young, and we're gonna see him again in July versus Liam Smith. So I think it really basically comes down to you know, Charlo and Hurd, man. Well, who you like in that fight, Big Cool?
Man. I don't fucking know, cause I just don't fucking know. Cause Hurd is a big motherfucker. And he got I really love Hurd because he got that fighter's mentality, man. You know what I'm saying? He don't really give a fuck. And he don't talk a lot of shit. And those are the ones you gotta be weary about. You know what I'm saying? Jermell used to not talk a lot of shit, but now you can't get this nigga not to say something. And I think that, yeah, he knocked out Erickson Lubin. Yeah, you knocked out Hatley. Now you knocked out Jackson. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta pump the brakes, bro. You knocked out a very green but super talented Lubin who clearly wasn't ready for that fight. We all knew he wasn't ready. We didn't think he'd get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? In the first round.
Not that fast.
Yeah, not that fast. But we all knew that he was gonna take an L in that fight. And then you was getting your ass beat by John Jackson. Let's not forget that. You know what I'm saying, Jermell? We can't forget that. Yeah, you got the win because this nigga had a mental lapse and fucking turned around like he wanted to jump out the ring when he got poked in the eye and shit. And then you beat the fake Tupac and Charles Hatley, who was never any good anyway. So while Jermell is feeling himself, you know what I'm saying, he
not. With that John Jackson fight, he had just got with Derek James. That was his second fight. I mean, he totally different fighter since then.
True,
you can say he struggled with Vitus Monterosian too. And then when at the fight he about to beat up Ronnie Shields in the corner. Yeah, that's why they split Ronnie Shields. Go back and watch that fight.
Oh yeah, because he said some disrespectful shit to him or whatever. but my thing is though, even though that was his first fight with Derek James, still you don't forget what you know what I'm saying. You don't forget the fundamentals, the basic foundation. Yeah, I know you're trying to implement some other shit, but John Jackson, but he ain't. But
I'm gonna say this, John Jackson. Ain't nobody ever seen him fight that fight before. That motherfucker wasn't doing that shit. Even when he fought Andy Lee and got knocked out by Andy Lee, he ain't never been no mover. I think that's what threw him off. That movement, and you know, Jermell Charlo at that point, that nigga didn't know how to cut the ring off. That nigga was used to being the one that's the honey, you know, moving about side to side and being twinkle toes. He wasn't used to closing distance like that. And since that happened, him and Derek James has turned him into one of the most complete pressure fighters and closer distance fighters out there. They didn't work on that. But my opinion, man, I mean, Hurd, he gonna knock Hurd the fuck out probably. Man. He gonna hurt that motherfucker, man. He gonna hurt him, man. I like Hurd a lot, but Hurd just not improving. He not improving. He not improving. He need to be moving that head. Even with the Lara fight, Lara hurt him with a couple straight left hands. It's just he improving, but it's not. I mean, it's gonna take him about 3 more fights to be ready for Charlo as far as that, because he can't take that punishment on that big ass melon like that, dog. Especially he go to middleweight and he fight a guy like Golovkin or something like that. He can't be taking that punishment, man.
And look, man, Jaime Munguia, maybe he had a chance or didn't have a chance on a lot of people's card against Aladdin Saddam, but he went in there and beat the shit out of him. This young fighter, okay, fresh dude coming in the game. He got credit. So if Erickson Lubin went in there and beat the shit out of Jermell Charlo, he would have got credit. Now, it's always there on the back end to say a fighter is too young. Okay, Vasyl Lomachenko, fresh in the game, got beat by Orlando Salido, which is a guy that got crushed by Mikey Garcia. We can't play the odds on this person is too young or this person is too this or that, because when they win, we want to give these guys credit and put them to the top and say, hey, this guy can beat that guy. Okay? So because of that and with that storyline, I think Jaime Munguia can fuck with anybody there at 154, and I in line and then bet him in the same place that I would any other fighter there that has a belt. Let's praise these guys right, man. Because if we do it right, if we line them up correctly, once they get that type of success, we don't have to look for excuses for the next person. You didn't know who you was fucking with. Erickson Lubin could have easily got in there and made it a fight, possibly went 12 rounds and won. He got caught with a fatal shot. And because of that, he's eating crow in social media, talking about how he wants smoke and sounding crazy based on how he got hit with that fucking uppercut. And I put it to you just like this, man. These are grown fucking men. None of them need to be coddled. A lot of them don't want to be coddled. And it is what it is. It's the same way if you want to look at Spence, Errol Spence Jr., fresh guy in the game. Not too many fights underneath his belt compared to Cal Brook. Goes in here, outweathers the storm, and curls this nigga up and breaks his other orbital bone socket. Okay? If he got knocked the fuck out, the first thing niggas would have said is, well, you know, he was too young and he wasn't ready. No, we give him credit right here, right now, before any fuckery comes along. Because this is what they deserve. These are men that agreed to come in here and fight. Some of them have fought in the Olympics. Some of them fought amateur. But whatever the case is, to getting there, sparring key, top-notch opponents, getting ready in training camp. This is what it means, and this is what it's worth, family. Absolutely.
Yep. Training wheels are off. But I like Jaime Munguia, man. I just think he just needs some more time, man. He's young. But you're right. He got a belt. He got to square up with anybody and everybody. So I'm pretty sure he feel the same way because he's about to go fight Golovkin. And he would have fucked around and shot Golovkin. That nigga would be on top of the world right now.
Oh, yeah.
He would have knocked Golovkin ass out. I wish they would have approved.
I don't know about all that. I don't think he would have.
About how he shouldn't be fighting Golovkin. Now I'm mad that I did because Jaime Munguia beat the shit out of him, Golovkin, man.
I don't think so. No, I don't know about that.
Hey, if they say Binance hurt that nigga with a shot, I don't know.
Oh no, man! I don't want to be one of them niggas that just be like Triple G, just a bum and shit. Like I don't think.
I feel you. Right. I think it's the age factor for a lot of people, man. Because let's keep it real, dog. We expected more from Golovkin in that Canelo fight, dog. Even if you pick Canelo to win just strictly off hate, you expected a knockdown or some shit of Canelo in that fight, fucking around with Golovkin.
Yeah, I thought Golovkin was gonna knock his ass out or lock him down and win something like that. I forgot my.
Especially with the stamina issue with Canelo, man. You know, but that motherfucker only threw that fight was fishy. That motherfucker only threw five body shots in that fight.
Right, which is not in his domain. Hey, brothers, man, much love to you, man. I appreciate both of y'all, man, to death, man. I'm going to go ahead and get my phone to charge for a second. But I appreciate y'all, man. Just letting me on, man, to speak my piece, man. Much love to y'all.
Oh, much love, bro.
For sure. Anytime, bro. Anytime. Never better, brother. Never better. Mike Epps. Never better, brother. Never better.
You stupid, cuz.
In a minute, family.
All right, for sure. And shit, man, we can do a couple more topics, then we can run out of here.
Yeah, you got shit to do, bro. I ain't got shit to do.
For sure, we talking about Brian Baba Jennings and Joseph Parker. It's probably going down August 18th, Atlantic City. Some fucking casino and resort. Finally, Atlantic City got another fucking fight. You know, Atlantic City ain't had a fight in a long ass time on TV. They got Kovalev and Yair Alvarez, and they got Joseph Parker and Brian Jennings. What do you think about that scrap?
I mean, what I see, because I wrote on it in Three Kings and shit, I thought, you know what I'm saying, the shit was kind of done or whatever the fuck it is. But apparently he got some options. Alexander Ustinov or whatever is an option. But old boy Carl Moretti said that there's a lot of moving pieces, but they trying to get that fight done. But if it do happen, I got Joseph Parker Easy.
Easy.
Bruh. Nah, I ain't gonna say easy, but he gonna win. You know what I'm saying? He gonna win. Brian Jennings is too tough of a fucking fighter. You know what I'm saying? Just if you ain't that dominant of a fighter from the begin with, you ain't gonna just blow his ass out. But Joey Dweko, whatever the fuck his name is, he was lighting that nigga up. So if he was lighting him up, what you think Joseph Parker gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I think it's a good fight though.
That nigga Joey Dweko, whatever his name, he came in with some hoop shorts on, scrapping.
Yeah, fat ass.
He came in with some hoop shorts on. That motherfucker say, I'm about to play 21 and beat your ass.
Hell yeah, short. That motherfucker short as fuck, like 5'10" and some shit. So I think it's a good fight though, man. I think it's a fight that Jennings could win, because this is finally a fight of a guy that's about around his height. You know what I'm saying? Size and shit, because what, Parker 6'4", Jennings 6'3", so I think that'll be a very good fight.
I always thought Jennings should try to squeeze down the cruiserweight, man.
Me too, bro. Me too.
Maybe he can't do it though. You know,
too much muscle mass, I believe.
Yeah.
What you think about Wilder saying that shit?
He could do it. That motherfucker can't. I mean, he probably could, man. I mean, what he gonna beat the fuck out of Lawrence O'Callaghan? A lot of niggas high on him, man. He all right, man. I don't see him nothing special though.
Who you talking about?
Lawrence O'Callaghan.
No, I'm talking about Wilder. Talking about dropping down.
Yeah, Lawrence O'Callaghan. He the UK cruiserweight dude. You know who that is?
Hell no.
He supposedly had knocked out the Anthony Joshua.
Shit, damn, everybody knocked out Anthony Joshua over there, man. the bull, fucking Vladimir. I mean, damn. Shit.
Yeah, that nigga been passed. That nigga been hit more canvases than whores and hit beds and shit.
That's what I know. That's what tell me, or that's why he gonna get sparked whenever he fight our dog Wilder. But I mean, shit, I'd like to see that. I don't know if Wilder.
Hey, go check him out though. His name Lawrence O'Callaghan, man. He got a lot of power though.
How tall is he?
That motherfucker, I just seen some shit on him. He about fucking 6'3", 6 something.
Yeah,
I'll tell you. Yeah, the motherfucker he fought Isaac Chamberlain and shit. They both was undefeated cruiserweights. He only got like 5.
Oh, I think yeah, I know that. I think I know you're talking about. Yeah, they fought like a few weeks ago on the undercard of Parker.
Yeah, like this like a couple months ago. I think they fought. But you know, the two under. I think they headlined that bitch though. I think they might have headlined it under Eddie Hearns or some shit, man.
I thought that was on the undercard of Joshua Parker. I think it was.
No, them niggas headlined that shit, bro.
Oh.
They ain't headlined it, man. It was a big fight. Yeah, he's 6'5". That motherfucker 6'5". He taller than Anthony Joshua in this picture I'm looking at.
Shit.
Mm-hmm. That motherfucker like 4-0 or some shit like that. He could fight. 8-0, 6 knockouts. Yeah, that motherfucker, he got a fight coming up against Luke Watkins, whatever the fuck them UK names be. He's some funny ass. Them niggas known for having two first names and shit. Anthony Joshua.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Michael.
Stand that whole ass nigga. Hell yeah. You see that nigga Anthony Joshua, he was eating that popcorn at the Golden State Warriors game. That nigga just like a little punk ass little motherfucker, dog.
You want to smack the way he was
like, yeah, dog. Like you just want to smack that nigga. You know you gonna get your ass whooped, but I just want to smack that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, get on my fucking nerves, nigga. Make the water fight. You done came to America for just to fucking play with niggas' emotions and shit.
Yeah, because I sure thought this nigga was coming to coming to fucking,
I swear to God, me too. That nigga played. This nigga was chewing that popcorn like I was looking like, and then Reggie Miller called that nigga Anthony Johnson and shit.
Nigga, hell yeah, that nigga deserved. Then this nigga looking like a big ass homo, bro, and acting like he from Crip or whatever. Fuck, like get the fuck out of here, nigga.
Yeah, like dog, like bro, like you pay some niggas to let you use their house to look tough at, nigga. Like get the fuck out of here, nigga. Hey, I asked Frank to use this video. You seen the shit?
I ain't see it, but I seen he tagged me in the motherfucker.
I posted it on the page. I asked him for permission to post it on the page. Niggas love that shit. That shit was funny as hell, dog. That shit, nigga.
Did he do a voiceover or something?
Yeah, hell yeah. Nigga, you gotta go. I put it on the page. We go watch it on his shit. He said, nigga Frank, that nigga say, hey, he said, we gonna call you Super Cuz. Oh, that nigga, man, I don't know why that nigga ain't up there with the great comedians, though. That nigga funny as a motherfucker.
Frank a funny nigga, man. He need to be on, bro. We all gotta do some shit together. That nigga's too fucking funny, man.
I told that nigga anytime he want to put some more shit out, man, I even paid the nigga for it, man. Put it on the page, man. That shit was funny as hell. Bro. Yeah, dog. I see plenty niggas that he funnier than, man. Plenty.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, nigga. I'm like, put this nigga on the stage. Let him get that damn stage presence in the delivery. That nigga funny as fuck.
Hey, two Glocks up say Tevin Farmer versus Gary Russell. Motherfucker beat the dog shit out of Tevin. He make that nigga to a farmer, dog. Tevin Farmer, man, I don't see it, especially at the
like Farmer, but I don't know. I gotta watch them. I like Farmer, but shit, this nigga either. First of all, that nigga eyes, man, that shit distraction is a motherfucker. Cuz that nigga be looking at me, you, and everybody else. I be like, how this nigga not fucking see the judge is about to rob this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga, I was like, he should have known that shit was gonna happen. Nah, but he a good fighter, man. Especially, you know, he took the hardship early in his career. I want to see him versus Tank though. I think he give Tank some problems. I don't think he gonna win, but I think he get some problems.
No problems. That nigga can't punch. He get knocked the fuck out. That nigga about to fight Billy Dibbs for the strap though.
He gonna beat the fuck out of Billy Dibbs, sorry.
Man, he was fighting that nigga in Australia. Let me say that real quick.
Oh shit, hell no. He might as well goddamn. This nigga stupid. He got robbed in America against a foreign fighter, and then you going over there to Australia. And you better put some power.
With no punch of power, no nothing. Nigga, this boy's a dummy. Fuck with Lou DiBella, man. Lou DiBella ain't got no sauce, ain't got no juice. That motherfucker got no juice, nigga. That nigga used to run HBO, and man, what the fuck is he doing for Deontay Wilder? Shit. He supposed to be putting up on Eddie, like, get the strap in my 50 Cent voice and shit. Get the strap.
What the fuck is up with Antonio Tarver?
He got popped for juice. Hell yeah. Travis Kaufman fight over with. And they got a juice for Travis Kaufman, bum ass dog. Like, get the fuck out of here.
And now he fighting at the fucking, you talking about the bare knuckle fighting championship.
He fighting bare knuckle.
I guess. I don't know.
He need money. Remember Al Heyman bailed that nigga out in jail when he owed all them casino bets.
Yeah, this the nigga that beat Roy Jones. Disgrace, man. To make me sick to
he
my fucking
fell off hard. Remember him and old boy got into it on Showtime? Lateef Coyote.
Oh yeah. What the fuck? I forgot.
Tarver said he didn't. Tarver said he didn't think he was that good, and Lateef Coyote got mad at the nigga.
Then they ended up fighting, and he beat the fuck out of a Coyote. But then
it was a draw.
You take a nigga that how you cheat for a nigga you don't think is good? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. Who your PED supplier, dog? He's straight garbage.
Hell yeah, that's that Reggie. Give him that Reggie. He giving him the Reggie and that Reggie fucking version of steroids and shit.
He ain't getting that Super Canelo shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'm going to end off on this, man. And if you want to come back later on, we can speak on something else. What you think about Keith Thurman coming back August 4th? Or you think he going to trip over his shoelace and hurt his elbow or some shit?
Man, if he stop jacking off, man, he going to be clear. He good to go, man. He got a wife now, so he shouldn't be jacking off. You know what I'm saying? She need to go and take care of that shit for him. But nah, I think he's good, finally. You know, I like Keith, man. Hopefully the elbow is back how it's supposed to be, because if it is, maybe that power might return. You know what I'm saying? Got those bone chips and shit gone, and the right hand or left hand, whichever hand he hurt. You know, so hopefully, you know, he make it through the training camp. If not, he need to retire, cuz.
Yeah, man. You know, he's all frail and shit, man, and flabby and sick and shit. Fucking, man. I'm gonna, you know, if you want to come back on later, then talk about something else later. I'm about to hop off, man.
We need to do a music one, man. I'm trying to think, man. We need to come up with
an
album. We need to do 2 albums. I did one earlier.
I did one earlier. We could do one again, man. Shoot me something through the
shoot me an album or something. I'm gonna shoot you an album. You shoot me an album to listen to and shit. And listen to today. Then we'll do it later on today or something.
All right, for sure. We gone though. I'm gonna holler at you for a minute.